Hey guys, it's Indira. I just want to take a couple of minutes of your time and kind of walk you through this presentation. I'm highlighting some of the main points that are in the information that I sent you in PDF format. And any questions that I do not answer, by all means, just reach out to me and we'll definitely take care of it. All right, the first thing that I did is I found out the rate of which houses are being sold within a mile radius of your house. Uh, there are currently 55 houses that are for sale that have not closed, and 58 that have completely closed and sold in the past 4 months. This gives me the average of or rate of which houses are being sold every month. So the average right now is 13 houses, about 13 houses per month. Okay, and this is important to know because it helps you plan for, especially if you're going to military housing and going to be transitioning the kids over to new school district and the packing and the moving. So it just gives you a much bigger picture of what the market looks like. It also tells me that it's a seller's market, which is great because experts in Sacramento are saying that the market is slowly shifting into a buyer's market, meaning that it's more favorable to buyers than it is to sellers. And we've had, particularly here in the Inland Empire, a very strong seller's market for the past two and a half years. Okay. So the next thing, now in the comparable analysis that I emailed you, it's going to be very detailed, far more information. But basically, bottom line is that I believe that the house, your house, should be priced between $290,000 and $300,000. Anywhere between there, it would be I believe a good price. These houses that I've found are very similar to your house. The Getty Court and Rexford, those houses have pools. That's why they're significantly more, $315,000 and $310,000. Your house obviously does not have a pool, but it still helps you. It still helps in pushing up the price for the rest of the houses in that area. And currently there are two houses that are active, and one of them is at $290,000 in Manassas, and the other one says $270,000 in Blue Jay. So obviously, like I just said, pricing it right is extremely important. You do not want to overprice the house because it will just sit there, and the longer the house sits there, people begin to think, well, what's wrong with the house? So there's a stigma that gets attached to the house, past probably a month. Past a month in this current market, people begin to wonder, well, why hasn't it sold? So pricing it correctly from the first time is very important. Then one of the things that I do is I really focus on the social media marketing piece, particularly Facebook and Instagram. It is proven to be a very good way of advertising and marketing the house, as well as a complete syndication of all these very popular and powerful websites like Zillow and Trulia and Redfin. So there's a complete syndication of that through the MLS. There's going to be professional photos and or video, professional open houses. And one of the things that I do different than most is I invite a caravan of agents, and this is done through the California Association of Realtors, where agents, are able to come through your house on a particular, I think it's the second Sunday of the month, and they come through the house because they have buyers. So these agents are buyers agents. They already have buyers who are looking for a house, and so I need to reach out to other agents in order to find a suitable, a very probably already, they've already done their due diligence in making sure that the buyer is pre-qual. So making the whole process easier. And finally, I do a diligent follow-up system. So I want to make sure that all the leads, all those potential buyers get scrubbed, making sure that nobody is going to be wasting time. But those that are pre-qualified, those that have enough funds, then they're able to move forward if that's what they want, purchasing the house. Okay, definitely, the goal is to getting the house sold as soon as possible. Another thing that you're going to be getting is the net sheet, and this gives you a pretty good idea of how much you're going to net. The selling the house at $295,000, which is what I would probably be very comfortable listing it, would net you at $275,000. Please remember, this is an estimate. I do not know, the loan amount that's still owed on the house, the mortgage, or any other liens on the house. So those will have to get paid out of that profit. But anything else, anything that else is going to be obviously yours. And this net close amount, that $275,000, already accounts for closing costs, including commission. So, and it also breaks it down into increments of 5,000. So, for example, if somebody comes in and gives you an offer of 300,000, then you'll be netting about 280,000. And if somebody comes in, excuse me, and say, submits an offer of 290,000, you'll be netting about 270,000. Okay. One thing to keep in mind, actually, a couple of things is, buyers will more than likely ask for concession or credits to go towards their closing costs or any repairs that the house need, or any maintenance or anything that needs to be taken care of. So keep that in mind. And also repairs that the house needs in order to get sold. I had a client very recently who got a termite inspection, which is very, you would need to do a termite inspection, and this is an expense on your part. The house ended up having termite, so it cost him about $3,000 to get the house cleared. But he knew that before anybody submitted an offer. That way he was not blindsided and knew exactly, he took that in consideration when accepting an offer. He knew how low to go in order to make sure that he was still okay, even with that $3,000 expense. Excuse me, that he was not planning to have. All right. And finally, here's just some pointers as to why me. I don't like to boast, but obviously I understand people want to know why. What is it that I bring to the table? Why to pick me over, other qualified agents as well? And this is just a way of saying, that with me, these things, particular points, I make sure that I am serving you to the best of my abilities. And, excuse me, and if at any time it's not working, if you guys believe that it is not the right fit, then it is simply you just let me know. It is indeed a hassle-free cancellation. The couple of things that I wanted to point out, obviously people want to know the experience and knowledge. I've had about going on 3 years in experience selling and purchasing homes. I do have a double master, one in Masters of Leadership from Azusa Pacific, and one from California Baptist University, counseling ministry. And first and foremost, I think this is the most important part of what I bring to the table, is that I bring my Christ-centered values, and I don't compromise. I don't I work as if unto the Lord, just like Scripture talks about, and I do put your interest before my own. And you would be you would be getting from me honest and straightforward um, service and communication, and I really, I mean, I really wouldn't have anything else to say other than that, you know, you're more than welcome to talk to any of my other clients, and they will tell you firsthand that, you know, I genuinely have that desire to serve you to the best of my abilities. And I think that it is definitely a way for me to honor the Lord. Okay. So, having said that, if I didn't answer any questions, by all means, give me a phone call, text me, or email me. I will definitely get back to you if I'm not available at the time. And if I don't know the answer to your questions, I will make sure I find um, the answer through the right people. I wish you guys the best. I'm very, very, very thankful, and I look forward to working with you guys. And I'll definitely keep you guys in prayer. All right? You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.